All right, guys, welcome to the Creative Drip podcast. This week, we're doing things a little bit different, and we're actually shooting this on my iPhone 15 Pro Max. And we have a special guest. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
What's up, guys? My name is Isaiah Garay, formerly from YouTube, Zay Nation, and Nate has asked me to come join him on his podcast today, and I'm super excited to be here.
Very excited to have him. Now, I first want to say, for those who are watching, this is another reason why you don't have an excuse to grab content. Personally, using your phone, if that's all you have, is a great source to gather that content, whether it's for a small podcast, whether it's just for Instagram, YouTube Shorts, Reels, whatever it may be, TikTok. So that's what we're trying out today. No excuses. Zay is an entrepreneur. He's a flight attendant, and he's a content creator for his church. So I've asked him to come and ask me questions with some of the things that he may be struggling with, whether it's creatively, entrepreneurially, or when it comes to church content creation in general. So I pass it over to you. What questions do you have for me so that we can answer and then talk to those who are watching and also give them an answer?
Yeah, cool. I think the one major question I'm dealing with right now is not creating enough content. So at what point is enough content for creating for church?
Okay, so just for church.
Just for church.
So not creating enough content for church. So I would say creating enough content comes down to you, the individual. Enough content for you could be 2 times a week. Enough content for me could be 7 times a week.
Yeah.
So I would go back to, what is the mission and vision of your church? And is the amount of content that you are able to produce, does it match that mission and vision? And then going to, how developed are you in the creative ways, I guess you can say, videography, photography, and content creation, to be able to say, okay, I can record this and put a video out the next day. Or, hey, you know what, we recorded on Sunday, now we have a calendar of where we are supposed to post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So in order to get more content out there, you have to look inward and say, okay, what is it, like, what's my true capacity?
Okay.
Are you a one-man team? Do you have multiple people? There are a lot of things that play a role in providing enough content, but at the end of the day, it's enough content is what is it that you can produce weekly without burning yourself out, without overdoing it, without saying, oh, I got too much on my plate, without saying I have too much on my plate, and then you're not able to actually produce, excellence in your content.
Yeah.
So I would say enough content is whatever you are able to produce.
Okay. And then kind of like feedbacking off of that question, I feel like as you're going through the service, you have all the content ready. What is a good turnaround time to get that stuff posted? Do you post it the same day? Do you post it the next day? Do you post it throughout the week? What's a good time to post?
So that's a great question. When it comes to posting the content that you capture, it's funny, I'm going to go back to the capacity. Are you depending on how big your team is, right now I have a team at our church of about 10 to 12. We have content creators, videographers, photographers. We have people dedicated to just stories. So the turnaround time depends on how well your team works together. How fast does your content creators, are they able to create the videos or create the reels or carousels for you to post?
Yeah.
And once you're able to figure that out, then you can say, okay, set up a content calendar. Are you wanting to post Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Are you wanting to do Mondays and Fridays with an invitation on Saturday? What I recommend to churches and creative teams is starting off with a minimum of 3 days a week.
Okay.
With a turnaround time of Monday being your first post. And so capturing content on Sunday with a turnaround time of Monday. And that could be Monday morning, Monday afternoon, or Monday evening. just depends on your capacity to turn around a photo or a video that kind of recaps that Sunday.
Okay.
And then if you want to talk terms of like, what do we post? One of the structures I've really liked doing is Monday is more of a recap of Sunday.
Yeah.
You know, nobody's going to be watching Sunday services on a Wednesday.
No.
So recaps usually Monday.
Yeah.
If you're doing 3 days a week, this is your system. Mondays are the recaps. Wednesday, you want encouragement or motivation. You know, like I said earlier, nobody's looking to watch a Sunday service on a Wednesday. Just being real, like it happens. What they're doing and what they're searching for is an answer to their stress, their anxiety, their worry. You don't know if there's a mom or somebody who goes home to an abusive relationship.
Yeah.
You don't know if there's students who are out there who are struggling with their finals or exams or peer pressure or depression or whatever it may be. The middle of the week is like, okay, let's get you over the hill. So how do we encourage you to do that?
Yeah.
And going back to the mission and vision, like aligning with that, your content aligning with the mission and vision to now make that eternal difference in the lives of people who see it.
Definitely.
So Monday, recap. Wednesday, motivational, inspirational. Friday, you're at the end of the week.
Yeah.
Friday, now you're saying, okay, hey, you made it. It's here.
Yeah.
You got 2 more days till Sunday. Like, you made it. So more encouragement. I would say encouragement and invitation. Like, hey, start getting ready. Whether you're watching online or you're coming in person, Sunday is around the corner.
Yeah.
And then if you want to do an extra, it doesn't have to be a post, it could be more of a story, but like an actual invitation. Posting that on your story, hey, our times are X, Y, and Z. We'll see you Sunday. Here's the address, or having that address in your bio.
Yeah.
That's what I would say would be like turnaround time, and then even a system if you're struggling with, oh, what do we post and when do we post? That would be a simple system as well.
Cool. Let's see. Next question I would have to say is, when do you know, and this is, I would say, more for the leaders out there, when do you know when one of your team members are, you know, lacking, and how do you go upon that, you know, in a nice way to encourage them to get better in what they do?
So this is a delicate question. When you say, can you define lacking a little bit more? So
Yeah, so like, you know, whether it is, because, you know, content creation, I mean, we've talked about this before. It's not just, you know, pictures and videos. It's, you know, whether it's singing or, you know, preaching, you know, how do you know, do you have that certain person that you can go to if you're on the other side of it, like if you know you're lacking? Or if you're on the leader side of it, like how do you go to that person and ask them, or tell them, like, respectfully, like, hey, you know, whether we're not using your videos is because, you know, you're not using the camera right, or maybe they don't know how to use the camera. You know, what's the appropriate way of doing that?
Yeah. Okay. So if I'll go from the leadership perspective first. If you are a leader, there are signs. There's patterns. Are they showing up to prayer late? Are they just showing up late? Are they not actually serving when they're supposed to serve? Are they not able to talk to you as a leader and say, hey, I won't be here X, Y, and Z, or I'm going to be running late? Because communication does matter. For those of you who are watching, communication does matter a lot, whether it's leader to team member or team member to leader. At House of Blessings on the creative team, like, communication is, hey, within 24 hours, there's an expectation of a reply to a text message or to something for any of the leaders there. And then for Dream Team members, it's okay, within a day or two, like, there has to be a reply. I would say as the leader, you have to look for those signs of people say burnout. Oh, I feel burnt out, or I'm spiritually drained. You know, they will, I don't want to say they use that as an excuse, but they'll begin to say that when they have to serve, or when they're not have to, because you never have to serve. It's always volunteer. It's always an option. You are given the option to serve. And so when they are given that opportunity to serve, you know, I've seen scenarios where it's like the day of, hey, I can't make it. I'm feeling spiritually drained, or hey, I'm feeling burnt out. But then you got to go back and notice those signs.
Yeah.
You know, okay, they're showing up a little bit later. You give them a task and the task isn't getting done. You know, they're not coming to you for direction. You kind of get them to, you kind of see them start going to other people. Oh, man, I got so much to do, and Nate just keeps, it's like, okay, but you're not speaking to Nate.
Yeah.
You're not, so as the leader, catch those hints, catch those cycles, those patterns that are starting to happen, and then have the hard conversation.
Yeah.
You're not going to want to have it, but you have to have the hard conversation. You have to sit them down and say, okay, hey, let's talk. What's going on? Why have you been showing up late? Why have you been doing X, Y, and Z?
Yeah.
Hey, I've noticed that in your work, it's not as excellent as it was previously. Like, what's going on? And you never know. Sometimes they will be a little standoffish. And it's like, okay, so why is that happening?
Yeah.
And you always want to make sure, like, if you have girls on the team, make sure you pull in another girl with you, preferably a leader, someone who's a leader that's a female, and bring them in with you. Same thing with the guys. Even though it's guy to guy, you want to make sure you have another leader in there, just for safety purposes. Like, hey, all it takes is one person to say, well, no, Isaiah yelled at me and was disappointed in me. And it's like, well, no. Let's have a witness there.
Yeah.
To show, like, we're having this hard conversation. And it's out of love.
Yeah.
It's not to say, oh, you're doing bad, you're doing horrible, you're wrong, I'm disappointed in you. No, it's to say, how can I help you?
Yeah.
Like, help me help you.
But I also heard one time that, if you're going to pull someone to the side, that I heard it from a pastor one time, it's best to bring someone who has no knowledge of what's going on, so they're not one-sided to one person. Like, if I'm not going to bring my friend because they're going to side with me, you're not going to bring her friend because she's going to side with her. You want to bring someone who's neutral to the situation. That way, nothing goes wrong, and they may, have some knowledge of the creative aspect, but more just, I think the best thing, in my opinion, is to bring someone who's not, really in the situation. That way they don't know whose side it's on.
Yeah. And which is why I would emphasize bringing a leader in.
Yeah.
Because a friend is cool.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but don't do that. Bring a leader in.
Yeah.
And I'm going to use Vin and Delilah. Hi, Vin and Delilah. Vin and Delilah, my aunt and uncle. But they're also my leaders.
Yeah.
And when I call them in for meetings with people, they don't take sides of, oh, Nate, you're my nephew. No. There are actually times where I've been in the wrong in those meetings, and Vin and Delilah have both looked at me and said, hey, you're in the wrong.
Yeah.
Like, it's not, no. Like, and so if you are in a leadership position, there is no favoritism.
Yeah, no.
I don't care who you are, there is no favoritism.
Not. Mm-mm.
Like, you have to stand in that space of like, okay, I am here to be a witness. I'm here to guide the conversation, make sure it doesn't get out of hand. And if things are that's why you have the witness there.
Yeah.
So yes, definitely get a leader, because leaders should always be impartial. They shouldn't have a side. Once you have that hard conversation though with your team member, then it's the next steps.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, it's okay. How do you help me help you in that conversation? Hopefully, things are mended and built, and then we get a plan going.
Yeah.
Okay, so maybe you have too much on your plate. Let's lighten the load. You serve once a month, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
The other part is, are there next steps in that, hey, maybe this team isn't for you right now?
Yeah.
Not that it's never for you or that you are horrible at it, but this may not be the season for you.
Definitely not.
And so if it's not the season for you, what season are you in? What dream team or what team can you go to? What ministry can you be in?
Yeah.
That will help you even more.
Yeah.
And so that would be the way I would handle if a team member is lacking or struggling. And then at the heart of it, it's, as the leader, what are you providing your team to make sure that they have rest, to make sure that, you spot those signs of burnout or of spiritual lacking. I don't think I said that earlier, but spiritually drained. Like, are you making sure your team members are praying, reading, fasting?
Yeah.
Like, there's things as a leader you have to implement to make sure that your team is like, I don't want to say up to code, but like that they are doing what needs to be done.
Yeah.
And it's tough because you can't have eyes on them all the time. It's a trust, like, hey, I trust you're doing X, Y, and Z, but as your leader, if I see you're not, like, I'm going to call you out on it in a loving way. You never want to attack. You never want to attack a person. Once you attack them, they're gone. They will not open up. They will not trust you. So never attack them. And then even further is, are you leading by example? They will follow. So if you look at churches and everything, it all follows the leadership.
Yeah.
How the leadership performs, acts, and does.
Yeah.
everybody else will follow suit. So are you praying?
Yeah.
Are you fasting? Are you reading your word? Are you doing devotional?
Yeah.
Are you showing up early?
Yeah.
Showing up on time? Like, how does that show up for you? Are you being the correct example for them?
Yeah.
So all of that to show how I would handle that situation of a team member lacking.
All right. I love the answer. Yeah, one more leadership question for you.
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
we can move on from that. But all right. So if you are a leader in your local church, or really anything, what is a way to know that you shouldn't be in that position? For example, there was a time in my life where I was the leader of my creative team. You know, I was fresh out of high school. You know, like you said, it takes a lot to be a leader, and you know, you have to be spiritually fed. You have to be, I would say constantly in prayer. You know, fed up with the Word of God, and you know, to be honest, I wasn't doing any of that. You know, I was so fixated on just other stuff around that time, and you know, there was times where I was trying to train people, but I felt like I didn't have the passion to train them. I just wanted to do everything. Everything was about me. Everything was about I need to do the work so I can get the glory and the praise for it. When in reality, you know, the glory and the praise should be going to God.
Yeah.
And, you know, so fixated on me trying to grow than, you know, trying to grow with people who are interested in the media team. And, you know, would bring in someone for an event to come help me. I felt like they were the threat to my ministry and my capability of, you know, being a content creative because, you know, they did the job better than me. When in reality, I'm like, you know, if they can do the job better than me, then yeah, go for it. You know, the better person's up, they can do it, you know, and, you know, at the end of the day, it's just for the glory of God. So how do you, to rephrase the question, how do you know if a leader shouldn't be in that leadership position role?
Got it. So this is a tough one because from a leadership perspective, I can say there were moments where I can look back and say, Nate, you should not have been in that leadership role because there's a lot of junk I was dealing with. Teaching Growth Track Step 2, when it comes to your purpose, 3 things happen. It's easy, it makes a difference, and it's something that you get to do. The wording's a little bit different, but how I teach it is when you wake up in the morning, are you saying, great, I have to go to work, or oh, great, another Sunday. Really, I'm just so tired. Or are you waking up and saying, wow, I get to make a difference by the camera I'm using, by the song I'm singing, by the word I'm preaching, by the hand that I'm shaking. Like, you have to get that you will know if you are supposed to be in that leadership position by the fruit that is coming from your actions. If the fruit that's coming out is, oh, I don't want to be here, I'm tired all the time, okay, then you shouldn't be there. Like, check yourself, kind of pull back a little bit and reevaluate why you're in that position.
Yeah.
I would even go as far to say, ask a leader, hey, here's what I've been struggling with. Is this still a position for me, or am I dealing with some selfishness?
Yeah.
The moment you turn it into, oh no, it's a me thing. Like, oh no, it's all me. I got this. My talent will take me there. Yeah. Your talent ain't taking you anywhere.
Oh.
Your talent can take you from A to B, but God's the one that's going to take you to C, D, E, and F. He's going to, like, talent without anointing is nothing. Mm-hmm. It's just something that you've taught yourself. Like, anointing, in my eyes, the anointing to be anointed in an area, you're able to now break the barriers that man has set for man in those positions.
Yeah.
Musicians, singers, oh, I can't hit that note. Okay, yeah, because you're relying on your skill. You're not relying on the anointing that God has given you. Mm-hmm. Oh, I'm not reaching X amount of people on social media. Yeah, because you're still leaning on your own understanding.
Come on.
And so, partnering with God in those areas. So if you can see as a leader, you're not producing the correct fruit, then you shouldn't be in that position.
Yeah.
It's an internal thing. Like, where's your heart at? Are you being selfish?
Yeah.
Are you doing it for the glory of people to like worship you in a way? Oh, I did that video.
Yeah.
Oh, I sang that song. That was all me. No, it wasn't.
Nope.
Another way to see it is, are you actually developing other leaders? If you are a leader who's not developing other leaders, it's time for you to take a step back. Like, you were led by a leader who turned you into a leader.
Yep.
So why aren't you working on making other leaders?
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times it goes back to that, oh, they can do it better than me. Yeah, let them do it better than you.
Exactly.
Like for me, and by the grace of God, like I've been working with my team, and God knows there have been some times where it's like we're pulling each other's hair out, we're arguing, but we all still love each other.
Yeah.
We all still work together. And now we're getting to a point where it's like, hey, I'm all hands off because I'm building the leaders to now take over, so I can go and do more for the kingdom, for the creative team. So what kind of fruit are you producing? Are you actually enjoying it? Is it something that's bringing you joy?
Yeah.
If it's not bringing you joy, get out. Like go find something that brings you joy.
Yeah.
I'm a firm believer in that if you are not passionate about X, Y, and Z team, then the difference you make isn't going to be as big as you may expect it to be.
Yeah.
Because you're going to be carrying that baggage with you of, oh, I don't want to be here. Or, oh, if only I could be doing X, Y, and Z. Cool, talk to your leaders. Try to get into X, Y, and Z. You know, I like to say it's like clothing. Try it on. If it fits, amazing. If it doesn't, we'll find you a different size.
Yeah.
We'll find you a different ministry. And if it's like, oh, I'm a leader, but I got to change ministries, you may be brought down a little bit.
Yeah.
Cool. God may be humbling you and saying, hey, it's not all about you.
Yeah.
Like, you got to partner with me. So I hope that answered the question. I know I kind of went off a little bit, but I think when it comes to being a leader, there is just a higher expectation of you. Like, there is no more, oh, I'm just here to show up.
Yeah.
The team members just need to show up.
Exactly.
You need to show up. You need to be praying. You need to be fasting. You need to be leading, developing consistently throughout the week. Like, there is no more, oh, okay, I can be late a little bit, or I can, no.
Yeah.
As a leader, you set the bar, you set the standard.
Yeah. And I feel like going back to that, where you were saying, like, I don't want them to be better than me. Doesn't it feel great when you mentor someone and they pass you and they're even better than you? You're like, okay, all that knowledge that I gave them, they were able to grab that and just make fire content.
Yeah.
Just like back and forth.
It is amazing to see. One of my creatives out there, Alma. So started off very shy, very timid, but she is one of my favorite content creators. There are things that she would create that would have me flabbergasted,
Really?
dumbfounded. And I'm just like, you made this? Like, I mean, little help from me. I'm not going to take any credit or anything. Like, but to be able to see, like, hey, the seeds that I was planting and watering over X amount of time, like, you made this.
Yeah.
And, she'd come up, oh, hey, here's it, like, all timid and shy. And I'm like,
Yeah.
yo, you made this. Like, you did, this is great.
Yeah.
So, also as a leader, every win matters. No matter how small or how big, celebrate those wins.
Yep.
Your team will love you for it. Like, and don't do it, I want to be loved by my team. No. Actually celebrate the wins. Every week, during our huddle, hey, all right, what's your win for the week? What's going on in life? What are you excited about that now hey, I'm here to now do that or make a difference in somebody's life.
Yeah.
Because I've gotten a win, I know how to win for others, or I know how to make other people's days have a win, something like that. Like,
As a up-and-coming creative or growing in their craft creative, like I said, whatever it is, what are some steps or some things to do or a mentor to keep you accountable to grow in your craft?
Great question. Great answer, Steve. Sorry, I just thought Steve Harvey. Squirrel. Great question. First, I want to define creative. So, the word creative is used a lot, and in the sense of videographers, photographers, content creators. But when it comes to the creative drip, yes, that's a focus for me, but I expand on it more of if you're a singer, if you're a writer, a poet, dancer, artist, like all of those for me are under the umbrella creative.
Literally.
And so to keep developing, I would say, one, find your craft. So what is it you want to develop in? Photography, videography, painting, drawing, poetry, writing, singing. Singing is an art form. Singing is being creative. Like, there's so many things you can do vocally that a lot of people, again, a lot of singers, oh, I'm not a creative. Why am I going to go follow this or do it? You're creative.
Yeah.
It's just no one says they're creative because it's so much. Poetry artists, you're creative. The things, the words that you write down on paper to create the story, to build the emotion, that's creativity.
Yeah.
God created man in his own image, and that includes his creative nature. Like, God is the original creative. And so sit with that. God is the original creative, and you were made in his image. You were made just like him, and that includes his creative nature. And so, to develop, we have to take on things that stretch us. I spoke in one of my other YouTube videos a while back on being idle. If you are in your realm of creativity and you are not growing, then you become useless. Like, that's just what it is, because you're not seeking out new help. You're not developing yourself. I like to talk about King David. King David was idle in his home when he saw Bathsheba.
Yeah.
He should have been out with his army fighting the war, whatever was going on. But what happened? He stayed back, became idle, and he fell.
Yep.
What happens when you become idle is that you stop creating. You stop being creative. And then you get to that point, oh, well, I just haven't had any great ideas. I just haven't had... Okay, so step one, what are you doing outside of church or outside of that one day that you do create?
Yeah.
Are you making videos? I'm going to speak towards the photography, videography based people. Are you taking photos? Are you taking video? Are you creating something to post on your own page?
Yeah.
That would be like the base, I would say, in developing your skill. From there, it's okay. Now, let's go to YouTube. I would even say, let's go to TikTok. Hey, photography strategies to try, video strategies to try, composition. Learn more, dive a little bit deeper into it. Don't just snap the photo. How are you telling the story?
Yeah.
Don't just sing the lyric. I just heard somebody say it a couple weeks ago, Jason Lamb. He came and helped us out, and he was like, when you sing, everything's a story. You are telling a story with your voice, with your body, with your facial expressions, with your hand movement. Like, what are you do? How are you doing that in poetry? How are you doing that with artistry? How are you doing that with photography and videography? Then finding a mentor, finding somebody, whether it's on YouTube, whether it's in person. For me, I didn't have that mentor, and then I found him, and this dude is amazing. Omar El-Takrori. I always mess up his last name, Omar. I'm so sorry, man. But the content he was making made me get FOMO of, I can make stuff like this.
Yeah.
Why aren't I making stuff like this? Because I was getting comfortable.
Yeah.
Because I was getting idle. And so I challenge those who are listening to this, are you in a space that's comfortable? Because you may have to step out, be uncomfortable. Oh, but I don't want to go up on the stage and film. Oh, I don't want to sing that high note, or I don't want that solo, or I don't want to go to the art show and show my stuff because it's ugly. Get out of your comfort zone. You will not grow. You will not develop. You will stay where you are if you're not willing to step out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
So, start taking photos, videos, start doing something small each day of the week. Start doing more research. There's so much more to find, so much more to do, so much more to create. I mean, it's 2025. TikTok, Reels, Shorts. There's trends that happen every single day, and they're short form content. So you have to be on top of it.
Yeah.
Then find that mentor. Find the person that you can learn from. The person you can learn from. The person that you can hit up, say, hey, I need help with this, or can you help me transition here? Like, what am I doing wrong? Can you show me how to be better? You know, I have that saying, don't be sorry, be better. And it's the same for creativity. Oh, I'm just too tired today. Oh, I don't want to get up and do that. And then later you're going to be sorry because it's like, man, I should have done that. Well, don't be sorry. Be better.
Yeah.
Being better is a challenge to us in being proactive in our actions, being proactive in creating, being proactive in, hey, I am now doing something to be better.
Yeah.
Like being better is not apologizing for not doing it. It's already having a plan in action or a plan put aside for if you're not wanting to do it, but you know you have to.
Yeah.
So that's what I would recommend the most for creatives who are just starting off, who are wanting to grow and build, is create a foundation of where you're at. So start being consistent.
Yeah.
Once you've mastered being consistent, I wouldn't even say mastered. Once you've just started being consistent, then start expanding. How do I stretch myself? Then find a mentor or a leader to help stretch you. After that, continue to build, continue to learn. Don't become idle. And you can do that by following the Creative Drip, because this is a place where we know how to stretch you, how to get you out of your comfort zone, and elevate you and your ministry in more ways than what you've done now.
Yeah.
So while Zay's thinking of another question, I want to let you guys know about a creative reset challenge that I will be hosting the first week of November. It's a 5-day challenge to elevate you, your creativity, take you from whatever place you're stuck in or you're comfortable in, and stretch you to the point to where in November and December, and even kicking off 2026 strong in your creative field. So if that's something that you're wanting, or you've been looking for something to reignite the creative spark in you, join the Creative Reset Challenge starting the first week of November. Details will be in the description below. All right, and we're back. Thank you, Nate, for that little commercial. I hope you all join the Creative Reset Challenge. The link will be in the description. Zay, back to you for the final question of the night.
Okay, final question of the night. I would say, as someone who is, maybe, okay, not in the church, but someone who's trying to grow their photography business, you know, whether it's video, photography, how do you get those leads, like to, you know, work with a company, like, where are we at? We're at Gunther's ice cream shop, right?
Yeah.
How do I go in there and be like, hey, do you want to collab, or do I, you know, how do I get that photo shoot to grow my business, or that, you know, that interview, or working on a podcast, or, you know, how do I do that?
That is a great question. So the first thing that came to my mind was this idea of, it's not what you know, it's who you know. And even that kind of was destroyed in my head, because I used to say that all the time, was, oh, it's not about who you know, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. So I'm going to shift that into, it's about who knows you. And so to partner with somebody like Gunther's, does Gunther's know who you are? Gunther's may not be your client or your best audience for the kind of content you're putting out there. So if you're not, we're speaking outside of the church realm, right? There's photography, videography, yeah. So it's who knows you. So what does your social media look like? What does your portfolio look like? Are you capturing content of ice cream, of people eating ice cream? Is that your audience? Or are you just doing more like portraits? And because Gunther's will look at your photos and say, oh, those are all portraits. Where's like your food product? Where's all that at? So you're wanting to make sure, like, who knows you?
Yeah.
And so you may be known by people who are travel.
Yeah.
Like they focus a lot on travel because, hey, Zay Nation, I'm traveling, doing video. For me, NTA Media, I'm known more for like portraits and commercial videos.
Yeah.
And then now going into the creative realm with churches and everything. But I would say having a strong portfolio. Yes, doing some stuff for free.
Yeah.
Not everything, but some stuff. Oh, exposure stuff, yeah, that's okay. Don't kill yourself doing it, but there are some things you can do for free, you can offer.
Yeah.
And then the consistency in making sure that I always go with Instagram first, because a lot of people, they connect through social media like the most.
Yeah.
So consistency in what you're posting. Consistency on your feed. Are you posting every day, every other day, to where people can see you? And then if you wanted to, you can kind of throw ads out there and be seen more. But if you're trying to get or land a big time company partnership, that's really just getting your name out there more, having more people know you.
Yeah.
You're only one person or two people away from somebody who knows somebody in those companies.
I think Eric Thomas said it. Wow. He said that, I don't get down when, someone tells me no. It's just because I'm one yes away.
Yeah.
So it's, it's one of those things.
Like, and then this just came to my mind right now, but look, I don't know. I've never worked with a big time company like Gunther's. I've worked with Kaiser Permanente, and that's because they know me. Kaiser Permanente has known my work, my videos, my photos. And so going to Who Knows You, like starting to do work for people who know you more.
Yeah.
The other idea that came to my head was if you go to my NTA media page, I have a Screwball whiskey commercial that I created. Like, that was out of pure fun.
That's
out of
awesome.
Just, let me just try to make something. Shout out to Ernie. Ernie, if you're watching this, dude, like, we did great on that video. It's a peanut butter whiskey. And so me and Ernie, we did a peanut butter and jelly, like, rimmed glass, the whiskey bottle. It's on NTA Media Instagram. Go check it out. But they commented, Screwball, or like, Screwball approved. And so it's just getting content out there that's in the niche of what it is or who it is you want to work with.
Yeah.
Like if you want to work for Nike, okay, make some spot ads. Start just creating. You may not get paid for it, but they need to see your work in what Nike does or in some of their like equipment, their shoes, their clothing. So you have to start creating the work around the people, the businesses or organizations that you're wanting to shoot for.
Yeah, definitely.
Get them to know you.
Yeah.
Everybody knows Nike,
Definitely.
but Nike doesn't know everybody.
Exactly.
So how do you stand out?
Just do it.
Oh gosh. Yeah,
just do it.
I hope that answers the question. I haven't worked with a lot of like huge companies or corporations, but for me, it is that, it's not about who you know or what you know. It's about who knows you.
Get on the radar.
Yep.
So it's basically to recap, if your portfolio doesn't, recap or I guess like show what you want to be in, like you said, I'm known for travel.
Yeah.
If my Instagram portfolio or my website doesn't portray that, then how am I going to get, let's say I wanted to go take pictures for the airlines, how promote, make the video for them.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen Delta. Delta has their own, like,
I did see Delta has been doing
seatbelt and everything like that.
Things,
yeah, like I want to get involved with that, but all my content, my photography page is like real estate or like car photography. Like, they're not gonna be like, I'm not gonna hire you for this job. So it's, I did a local hockey team one time and I shouted them out. They're a big local hockey team because Utah is known for hockey. Mm-hmm. And they, some of the players were looking at it. They liked my content for the post, and actually one reached out to see if I could do a photo shoot like for one of their games and stuff like that.
Okay.
But it's one of those things, like if you don't do it, you don't reflect what you want to do, then you're not going to be hired. No one's going to be like, Nate, I need you. You're the best photographer ever. I need you to come do this content for me. But your stuff doesn't reflect it.
I don't shoot sports.
Exactly.
I'll do it every now and again because I can.
Yeah.
But is that my niche? No. Like, I hardly do any sports photography for anything. So people are going to go to my page and be like, oh, you don't do sports photography? Like, I can and I will. I'm willing to.
Yeah.
But that's not my niche.
Yeah.
That's not where I am I would say, master at doing that stuff. So, you want your stuff to reflect the niche, the brand, the items, the business organization that you are wanting to work with the most.
Definitely.
That's it for this week's Creative Drip podcast. Hopefully this episode has connected with somebody or reached you on a different level. And if there is more you're wanting to know, you can visit the other videos on the page or get connected with us on the Creative Drip newsletter, where we have creative drips dropping every week. So you don't want to miss that. All the links will be down in the bio. Until next time.
Later.